Hello there, how's your day? I'm Ame Gakita. Alright, as much as Beyond Abyss seems like a good game title along the line, it will kind of really have to sit down and wonder like, how worse can a game journalist go? Apparent way beyond the abyss itself. So I previously talked about a video why I can't trust some Westerner part 3, and I know I can just talk about part 8 for this video, but I decided not to because it seems like I'm going back to part 3 again in a way. So yeah, this will be that series will be returning when I can get more information on other topic, but let's just talk about game journalists for today. So it's kind of interesting that when you think about the last time when I talked about game journalists, there is some form of so-called the word control media, and I talked about this before, and I will still talk about it again because it seems like right now a lot of people start talking about how some people actually do talk about like game journalists, or like how some of them are hiding behind some stuff, or kind of like putting up like there's some sort of like coordinate attack along the line. And I've seen a lot of videos, seen a lot of content creators talking about it. And to me, I'm really kind of saying this long before. Like one of the things that I do have to highlight again and again is that game journalists in the back then is way different from back now. Is that back then is really like game journalists are just gamers who write game guide, write about game introduce. So in a way, game journalists, they are gamers. But nowadays, are they really gamers? I think not. They can just out of nowhere write anything along the line and just kind of like put a whole new audio about a game in like instead of like they put up a gameplay, but they just talking about the game like tabloid stuff along the line. So it's are they game journalists or are they game tabloid? So basically recently there is a so-called game done by GameSpot. Amazingly, I'm wasn't aware that I was still using GameSpot back then, and even still now, so I guess I have to unsubscribe from them as well. But one of the things that I do find very interesting is that how GameSpot start up with the video about how they talk about Black Myth Wukong the game. Instead of talking about gameplay, they're talking about the allegation, the slander, the misinformation, all about the game company developer along the line. And it's really like, there's nothing more about the gameplay. And the funny thing is that the video itself by GameSpot actually received a lot of backlash. A lot of people disliked the video. It was racial so badly that, dude, when you look, if you watch the gameplay, it seems nice. If you just mute that video and don't listen to what the person behind the background is saying, it's so damn obvious that the game journalist right now is just out there trying to discredit game company that do not act in DI, world, Black Lives Matter, whatsoever along the line into the game. More so if they are not hiring like company like Sweet Baby Inc. or any other company that is equivalent to them. So at this point of time, it really seems like a lot of like there is some sort of payment behind the wall where the company is just saying, hey, I'm not gonna pay for you guys for because it seems like extortion, and it really does seem, because when you have freaking SBI, the Sweet Baby Inc. going along the line of trying to make a company pay 7 million company for them to destroy their game, it's kind of like what? So it really kind of begs the question like, why are they being paid 7 million? Is it that $7 million inside inclusive money given to game journalists to write an article about the company? Because a lot of time when you look at Ubisoft, it seems like it's very weird that Ubisoft have a lot of game journalists writing good review about it, but people realize that it is really, really bad. But when it comes to Black Myth Wukong, the game seems to like have everyone game journalist, like every Western game journalist writing bad news about it, writing bad things about it, and then out of nowhere, they just like say that, oh, it's I don't know whether slander, misinformation, things that can get into defamation in a way that they start writing about it. It's kind of weird how can this such a thing happen, and it's not the first time this happened. There are cases about even like apparently that IGN review decided to say, hey, we're gonna lead and give a very bad rating about on it. It's kind of like weird that they why like so far it's not confirmed yet, but if the review is true that game journalists decide to, instead of like writing a good game review or being biased or being unbiased along the line, they decide to just put out information because because the company don't have DI work or whatever along the line. Yeah. Is it because the game company is not paying you behind the scene where and you're just working for free and you feel unhappy that you have to work in bad condition? Is it like because like, oh, Ubisoft treat us to Disneyland to eat something fancy, that's why we're gonna be unbiased and write very good review along the line, add in something good along the line, whereas the company at Black Myth Wukong is not treating us to eat something delicious and we are going to write bad thing about it because we have very bad experience along the line. Is that how game journalists work nowadays? I mean, like, Marsha just tell the whole damn world that you need a 5-star hotel with a business flight to that place to watch the gameplay and get treated like a king or a queen along the line to get everything done along the line. It's kind of weird that people always go with all this, saying that they must do this or they must do that, and more so that when they're trying to force in like DI or this thing, when they themselves can be very racist in a way. Because if you guys think about it, right, Western people defending Western game company, yeah, definitely the best way to go. But when Eastern game company doing the game and everything is not according to how the Western want, oh, they are start attacking the Eastern people. Like Swift Out got attacked, Black Myth Wukong company got attacked, MiHoYo also recently got attacked, all because of no DI work or whatever along the line, and they don't want to make their character look ugly along the line. Yeah, basically that just kind of get a lot of people to be like mad on it. I mean, like, if you think about it, right, isn't like the Western people attacking the Eastern people kind of racist in a way? I'm not, but then again, it's also not saying that all Western people attack the Eastern people, because it's just basically the game journal. The game journal decided to post a lot of things that is basically talking badly about the game that do not agree with them or their view, and it's kind of like just basically they are being unprofessional. They can say that they are professional game journalists, but at this point of time, they feel like they are basically a quack journalist who is just a tabloid writer in the first damn place. So it's kind of weird that when you think about it, there are evidence that show that game journal, even by PC gamer, decided to post things that is basically ridiculous. Like, it's true. If you think about it, like, the title is already very questionable and they decided to just post it and put it in their video. It's like, or in their website, and they can say that, oh, it's nothing wrong, right? Yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with a lot of game site right now. I mean, like, I used to talk about using game site about some of the news, but when I look at it at the things about another objective, I do feel like I'm being stupid for using their notice. I'm not gonna take down them, but the thing is, right, when you think about it, it is just show how crazy those they are supposed to be game journalists, yet the things they post is really getting more and more ridiculous, to the point that the reason why, like, Mark decided to just say that, hey, the reason why the Gamergate started was actually journal denied it, called it some sort of conspiracy along the line, and it's really kind of interesting that the person who so-called hold back good review is basically that the reason why they like so-called don't talk badly about a game or whatever and they talk good thing about it is because they make deal behind the scene, aka bribe. It can be in the form of monetary, which is basically whole hard cash or the dough, or maybe basically like can treat them to recent case where I talk about that bring to Disneyland, treat them to fancy meal, go on a expensive cruise ship along the line, and it really kind of like make you question, like, is that how it seems to work? Because if that is how they do things, it just show how ridiculous game journalists are, because they are not being biased. They are just basically saying that, hey, I'm paying to write a good review, good for me along the line. It's like, if I don't, like, this is one of the reasons why I say I don't trust game journal anymore. I will still say it again. I know some people thought that I trust them, but I used to trust game journalists in the back. Oh, I'm not saying the current now. Back then, game journalists are normal gamer who love game and they decided to just write a review about it. And I can tell you guys that back then when I do write in my old past about mangas, anime to introduce to the Western side, one of the things I do introduce as well is some of my favorite games. I do talk about games that I like. But right now, it's just basically that a lot of games I don't feel like there is any more worth to introduce because it's just not worth it. Like, there is some, like, a lot of things that a lot of people don't understand, like things that people say that why games need to be hate along the line is that if when you think about it, right, like game in the past, right, one of the things that I do have an issue, and I will talk about this in a random chat for maybe the next one or maybe somewhere this week, is that game in the past is really different from game for now. Nowadays, when a lot of games, if you think about it, right, they get released, there is a lot of bugs, and and a lot of games, if they have like issue, there is like game problem or whatsoever along that line, what do? They just give a new update patch, they just add in changes whatsoever along the line. And best part of all, the game you don't even get to own or see the physical copy, is in the digital form. So I talked about this long ago, I will still say again, is that you basically in a way you don't own the game. So if the game company shut down, or the game decided to just delete the game out of the streaming platform along the line, you don't get to see the game is gone, sayonara, bye bye. So the thing is, right, when you think about it, right, it's really kind of like beg the question, like game journalists saying that, oh, it's a new era along the line. But when you look at the whole situation, it doesn't seem that's the case, because game in nowadays can, if they release a game for a bug or for an issue, they just roll with it. They don't, it's like, it's really different. Back then, you can't release that. If you release that, the physical copy, imagine you have to record every physical copy so that you can release a better version. There's like no update patch online. There is no whatsoever. If you release the game, the game is as it is what it is. So if there is bug and player kind of like run with it or misuse it, that's on them. It became one of the best feature ever, where the bug can become a thing of fun. So game in the past is really like, either you make sure that everything is done correctly and then you release it to the world, because when people play with it, they end up with the physical copy. There's no way to change there is no update patch, there is no way to like add in new update to the game to improve the gameplay or whatsoever. There's like basically nothing. Even back then, internet wasn't that good. Like when you just hear the sound like and just to connect to the internet, yeah, that's just how bad connection back then really are. So when you think about it, right, game in the past, there's really no way to like give updates. So which is the reason why game in the past are like being released, making sure that there is as least bug as possible, as well as that the game is considered a completion. There is no new, like no patch, no DLC, no whatsoever. It's everything there. But later on, they decided to just say that, hey, because we can do update by online, we can add in DLC. You know what? Let's just do everything that way. And it became so slapped with game release that when you get a new game, it doesn't mean that there is no bug, there is no whatsoever. It's full of ridiculous bugs, there is full of ridiculous stuff that you'll be like, why am I even playing this game in the first damn place? So the thing is, right, a lot of Western people just say that, hey, if there is a bug, there is a problem, let's just do a new patch on the new update and then patch it out like. So this is one of the reasons why a lot of game journalists, they say that, oh, there's nothing, and when people buy it and realize there is a lot of bug, the game journalists say, oh, we didn't have the bug when we played that time. Dude, there's an issue between a game journalist and a gamer now. Like in the past, a lot of game journalists act as a debugger in a way, because when they play the game, if they notice the bug, they will inform the player at the time, but I mean the game company at the time. But right now I don't see that anymore. They just play, see like, oh, it seems fun to me, I like it along the line. Even if I don't like it, I was just gonna like it because I got paid to do it. It's like just throwing money in their face is enough to change the result. And it's really one of the things that a lot of people need to understand, that when you think about it, right, like game journalists, when you think about it, they are really like so-called the in which this person said is like, it's instead of like pushing for quality and what's not, they're just saying like, oh, let's protect their own problematic developer and not creating more proper game along the line. Like one of the reasons why I love a lot of Eastern game like MiHoYo game, Zenless Zone Zero, Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, or even Nikkei by Swift Out. Like one of the reasons why I love a game, not some by the Japanese, but some of the like South Korea or China company, is that they ensure the game release has less bug as possible. Not that there is no bug, but at least you feel there is completion to it. So all in all, when you think about it, it's really kind of like, you see when you play a Western game, there is a lot of bug, but when you play Eastern game, not there is no bug, but at least there is, you won't see it that ridiculous. So all in all, it's really kind of like when you see about it, like right now, there is really funny thing that I do see about how like, a lot of people say that when a game journal, like it's in recent modern era, is that when a game journalist trash a game, that game is a must buy. But when a game journalist praise the game, that game is a must ignore list. So I don't understand why this happened, but I guess in recent year when they start acting like DI whatsoever or having like people who is not actually a gamer to play to be a game journalist, it's kind of like proof that how ridiculous game journalists are, and it's more and more ridiculous at how they can just be doing all these things without any consequences. And when I was like looking through a lot of article, a lot of news, and there was kind of funny thing that one of the thing that game company and game journalists saying that hey, everyone in for some reason is starting attacking game to wanting them to fail whatsoever along the line. A person by the name of Netshot say that everyone in gaming in company community want game to fail. It's not they want game to fail. They want the company who add in ridiculous stuff to the game to fail. And it's already kind of like been I believe it's really kind of like been well known in gaming industry. It's like you vote with your wallet. So if a person like a game company decided to add in ridiculous stuff to the game, make the game as worse as possible, then it's also fair for people not to buy the game. It's because the thing is like number one, they made a very bad game. Number two, the game company also and as well as game journalists attack gamers. It's kind of interesting they start attacking gamers just because what it is. So when you think about it, right, it's really kind of weird that why would they start attacking gamers? And when you attack gamers, the gamer is like, okay, I'm mad, I'm not going to buy the game. Because they are the one, the game journal and the game company is the one who say that if you don't like the game, you don't buy the game. You don't play the game. It's that simple. And oh no, when you lose up to 99% of your gamer base and you start making noise that why is people leaving and not playing your game? Dude, no one liked the game. No one loved the game. No one want to play the game. It's that simple, and that's why they leave the game. And yet, a lot of game journals say that, oh, they are start attacking. They want the game to feel. Dude, when you attack the player base, you are attacking everyone. Obviously, everyone is going to leave. Some who love the game will definitely stay, but when most of the people we have an issue with the boss, with the problematic of the game issue, with the problematic of gameplay, obviously people is gonna just quit the game. It's more so that when the game you have to pay for it. So when you're paying for it and you're still having a full of problem, why are we even paying for it? It's like basically you go to a high-end restaurant paying for a very high-end sandwich, but the end of that the sandwich is just basically you can get a $1 shop where you can just buy the bread and the peanut butter and the jam and you make it your own and it tastes the same along the line. So why am I going the extra mile to go and buy the game when the game is not gonna worth it? Not worth my time, not worth my money. So at the end of the day, it's really that simple. That one of the reasons why I say that game journal really don't understand is that they are not gamers. If they are gamers, they will understand this sort of thing. So at this point of time, I see a lot of people saying like, oh, like make bad game, attack the gamers. Why the hell the gamers want us to feel? Or it's not that they want a game full of bugs that and play on day one. If you can't deliver, you deserve to feel along the line. Like there's so many people trashing that person thing. So it's really ridiculous and when you think about it, right? Game journal right now, as perma-ban do highlight, is that they can really go extra mile to destroy their reputation as a game journal. Number one is really kind of like putting out bad thing. Number two, they are well known to be taking bribe, and if you bribe them, they write good review. If you don't bribe them, they write bad review. And now, even when there is new game and they get invited to play the game, but being told not to write anything too much about the game, they said, no, we're gonna write every single thing. Oh no, where they decided to just say, hey, because we are not being paid or we are not under NDA, we're gonna write the whole damn thing. And it really kind of like show how untrustworthy the game journal are. Like they don't deserve any trust. Like I thought about this and I don't want to talk about part 8 about it because I already say in part 3 they don't deserve any trust. I don't trust them at all. And this really show how bad they are. And when this beggar really go and destroy the reputation of game journalists, it also destroy not him or her but basically the company that they work for. So if the company decided to say, hey, we get blacklist, we decided to say, hey, we're gonna double down on it, yeah, they don't even deserve any more read. They don't even deserve on to be in the internet, because they are gonna put up tabloid after tabloid after tabloid. It's not article after article after article. They're just putting out misinformation at this point of time, and they don't, even if they say that they are putting out proper information, they say that, hey, Valve had released a new shooting game and it's real. Dude, you are leaking information, a trade secret, and in a way, in the eyes of the IP, they do deserve to be sued as well. So it's really kind of like, if you feel how stupid this game journalist is, they don't even understand what is a simple thing called IP, don't even understand that when you leak secret about a company, a trade secret, even if there's no NDA, you still deserve to be sued in the first damn place. And because you are a leaker. A leaker is different from being a game journalist. So it's really how stupid this person trying to add, how he think that game journalist is basically throwing this sort of thing. And at this point in time, I don't think game journalists deserve any more trust. It's really like now 6 feet under, but I guess there is way beyond that 6 feet under, way beyond that abyss and beyond that. So it's really how ridiculous how people trust. There's still people who trust them, and when you think about it, they kind of like, it's kind of funny that when one attack one game, it's not one game journalist attack, it's the whole different game site that talk about games, and they start talking, like they all start attacking at the same time. Like GameSpot start attacking, IGN start attacking, Kotaku start attacking, everyone start attacking for no apparent reason. But not without a bad thing. So GameSpot decided to post that US government will take action against fake review and AI generated review. Now, here's the interesting part that I actually commented. Do that include the review done by game journalists? Because the thing is, right, if game journalists decide to put up a review and that is not conscious truthful, then in a way that can mean that can be taken as a false review. And if that do happen, does that mean that game company or game article company like GameSpot, Kotaku, all this, that they've been putting out a lot of false review, do that include that they are also will be taken action by the US government, the one that they have been seeking help from all this while? Because if this do get true, it's really considered a double-edged sword for the game journalists at this point. They can say that, oh, you're all right, fake review, we're gonna mass report you. But if they are the one who doing the false review themselves, and they are well known to put up a lot of review, then I think they do share the fair burden as well. But I guess that will be give a wait and see approach and see how it will be. But again, this is just all my speculative thought, just a random chat. So if you do agree or disagree, write in the comment below. What do you think, that is game journal just being ridiculous, or are they just being so-called truthful in a way? Who knows? I mean, like, that's the reason why we have the comment section to talk about it. But anyway, that being said, I think if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I talk about stuff that never follow a second thread, and sometimes I may be talking stuff that doesn't make sense, but who knows. But that being said, the one thing that can make sense is, hope you guys have a nice day or night. Bye.